Alright everybody, welcome to Kleschka Picks week number 4. Week 3, NFL just continues to be crazy. Oh my god. There are lots of very, very happy quarterbacks and lots of very, very angry quarterbacks. Now let's get right into it. A good Thursday night game, the Rams and the Vikings. The Rams last week had the Battle of Los Angeles with the Chargers, and like I predicted, they took that battle. I think everyone knew they were going to take the battle. The Rams are looking like a Super Bowl team. They've scored 30 points every week so far. I think that's going to continue against the Vikings, who lost to the Bills last week. No one saw that coming except for Bills fans. But oh my god, the Bills at home Vikings. What is going on? And that's not the only weird thing that happened in the NFL last week. I mentioned it at the beginning. It was a weird week. Now, I think the Rams will continue to score 30 plus against the Vikings, considering they gave up 27 to the Bills. And I think they'll barely do it, 31-23. Okay, the Colts and the Texans, both of these teams lost last week. Houston lost to the Giants, and the Colts lost to the Super Bowl 52 champs, the Eagles. Now, I think the Colts are kind of better than the Texans. Both of these teams I don't really have much knowledge on. It's just kind of, they're okay. They're right there, and they can get a win, and they could lose. But it's just really hard to predict these two teams because Deshaun Watson, everyone thought would be, you know, the quarterback he was last year. But it seems like Patrick Mahomes sucked all that out of him, and now he's using it. Anyways, I think the Colts, Andrew Luck looks like he's starting to get back into the groove of things a little bit, and I think they're going to get the win over the Texans, 23-20. The Packers and the Bills, honestly, I would say runaway game for the Packers. Like, give me like 70-2. But the Bills, they impressed last week. Josh Allen impressed last week. I don't know what's going on with the NFL. The Packers lost to the Redskins. But I think Aaron Rodgers wants revenge. I don't think Aaron Rodgers is going to go down after a loss like that to a team that everyone thought they should beat and then play the Bills. And yeah, he's going to be angry. I think he's going to take it out on the Bills. Sorry, Bills, but I think you're going to get a very angry Aaron Rodgers. And I think he will lead the Packers to a victory, 24-16. Alright, I must admit I am filming this before the Monday Night Football game, the Steelers and Buccaneers, because I have so much to do and I have to film this now because I just got to get it done. Anyways, it's the Buccaneers and the Bears. Now, the Buccaneers and Bears. Okay, both of these teams have impressed me to start the season. The Buccaneers, Ryan Fitzpatrick has been Ryan Fitzmagic. He has been hitting all receivers. Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, Deshaun Jackson. Basically, if you're a receiver on that team, you're having a pretty solid first 3 weeks. And then we have the Bears, whose defense has impressed. Adding Khalil Mack was exactly what they needed. I'm sorry for what I said at the beginning of the year, but this defense is very good. I'm not only saying that because I picked them up in fantasy and that kind of helped me last week. Lots of interceptions, you know, forced fumble. But yes, I picked up the Bears defense. Anyways, I think these are two surprising teams, and I think it's going to be fun seeing the #1 offense right now as I'm filming this in the Buccaneers, and then the Bears, who are very solid defense, going against each other. I think this is going to be a fun game. I think the Buccaneers, though, are going to just continue with their hot offense. I think they have it so good right now, and I don't think the Bears defense, even with Khalil Mack, I don't think they'll be able to contain this offense that is on fire at the moment. I think the Buccaneers will take this very closely, 27-23. Dolphins and Patriots. Dolphins fans, I apologize. I have underrated your team so much this season, and they are 3-0. But you are playing the Patriots. And before you all get at me and say, whoa, 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 they just lost to the Lions. They also lost to the Jaguars. The Jaguars, I expect. Jaguars are a good football team. They got good defense. Their offense is all right. And then the Lions. That one totally caught me off guard. Who knows, 90% of that could have been Matt Patricia just formally being a Patriots coach and having the knowledge to know the team. But it was shocking no matter what. Lions beat the Patriots, okay? I don't know what else to say. They beat them. It's just shocking. Nobody saw that coming except for Lions fans. And I don't think Miami, I don't think you're taking down New England this week. But with how impressive you've looked and how non-Patriots the Patriots have looked, I think that it will be a close game, but I think the Patriots will win 24-20. Lions and Cowboys, like I mentioned, the Lions beat the Patriots, came out of nowhere. I was watching that game all over the place, and I was like, is this really going to happen? Are the Lions seriously going to beat the Patriots? Yes, they seriously beat them, and they can beat the Jets. Yeah, the Lions, oh my god. Anyways, the Cowboys, we beat them, baby, at home. First one of the season for the Seahawks, hopefully many more to come. Yeah, I'm really hoping with that offensive line. And I gotta say, Lions, you have the confidence right now beating the Patriots, who have gone to fucking who knows how many Super Bowls in the 2000s. I could look it up right now, or I could do it mentally in my head, but I really don't want to. It's just we know they go to a lot of Super Bowls. And the fact that you beat them, that's a lot of confidence. You also had your first 100-yard rusher in 5 years since Reggie Bush in 2013. Congratulations, Lions. Anyways, I think the Lions, with this confidence, and the Cowboys, who have not looked that locked in and been, you know, the Cowboys of Dak's rookie year, I think the Lions are going to get this win 27-20. The Bengals and the Falcons. Okay, the Bengals lost to the Panthers last week, and the Falcons, my goodness, you guys look good, but you're just really unlucky, okay? They played the Saints and they lost in overtime against the Saints, but oh my god, Matt Ryan threw for tons of yards, 5 touchdowns. Calvin Ridley, who I picked up in fantasy that week and went off for me. Thank you, Calvin Ridley. Oh my goodness, yes. They looked good, but the Saints have such a good offense too. It's hard to compete with them. And when you put two offenses against each other that are like that, you get a shootout, and the Saints just happen to win that shootout. But the Falcons, it's not like you played bad in that game. You were on the losing side, but you did have a good offensive game, in my opinion. Anyways, I think the Falcons are going to continue. The Bengals have surprised me this year, but the Falcons offense has looked very good. I think they are getting used to the second year, the new offensive coordinator. Matt Ryan's getting used to it. Julio Jones, who still hasn't really got used to it yet, he's lost the touchdown value of himself, and he has not scored as many as he once did. Anyways, I think Matt Ryan is starting to click with the offense, and I think he's going to get the victory over the Bengals 30-24. The Jets and the Jaguars. Sam Darnold has been up and down. It's been a roller coaster couple games for him. And then the Jaguars, you lost to the Titans in a field goal game. Why? You beat the Patriots and then you lose to the Titans, Jaguars. I love watching you guys when you play good. When your defense is on point, it is super fun to watch. But when you go and you lose in a field goal game to the Titans after beating the Patriots, oh my goodness. But the Titans got to feel good about that win, right? Titans fans all over Tennessee. And let's see. Jets, Jaguars. I think the Jaguars, I think they're going to struggle a little bit. The Jets' defense is all right. And I think Sam Darnold will not be able to get past the Jaguars defense though, because it's a pretty darn good defense. So I think the Jaguars will come out on top, 20-17. The Eagles and the Titans. Eagles beat the Colts last week, and the Titans, like I said, won that field goal game. The Eagles, I think Carson Wentz, this is where he gets back to the Carson Wentz of last year. I don't think he was that Carson Wentz last week. I think he was like just getting used to getting back from his injury and getting back into the, you know, the feel of the game. So I think this week, this is when it clicks for him. He gets back to the Carson Wentz that was MVP form. I think he will beat the Titans 27-17. All right, the Raiders and the Browns. The Browns, congratulations. Let me give you a hand. You got your first win in 2 years last week. That was awesome to watch. Everyone was rooting for you, I'm sure, except for Jets fans. And then the Raiders, you went to Miami and you lost. Anyways, I think the Raiders, I don't know, because Baker Mayfield is starting this week, and we got a small sample size last week, and I just don't know, to be honest. So I need to see more of Baker Mayfield before I can start saying, Browns win, Browns win, Browns win. So until I see that, I think the Raiders are going to win 21-16. The Seahawks and the Cardinals. Like I said, we got our first win last week. Hopefully many more to come. I'm really hoping, like I said, with that offensive line. But Russell Wilson, carry the team, buddy. Okay, thank you. And then we have the Cardinals, who lost to the Bears. Although they did put up a good fight in the first half, then the Bears kind of turned things around and they took the game from there. Josh Rosen will be making his first start against us. I don't know how I feel. He didn't do amazing. He did throw a pick that gave the Bears the win. And then I think we can handle this, okay? I think the Seahawks are starting to pick up that confidence. Even though we've gotten rid of so many pieces from our past Super Bowl teams, I think that we're starting to get used to this new look, this new attitude. And I think Shaquille Griffin, the Griffin brothers, they're great. I think Shaquille Griffin is going to be a great cornerback in the future. Russell Wilson, even though if he had an offensive line, we'd still be up there. But he has to fight on every down because of our offensive line. Anyways, I think that the Seahawks, though this is a battle of the birds, by the way. I'll edit that in earlier, but I'm announcing it right now. Anyways, I think the Seahawks will beat the Cardinals 20-14. The Saints and the Giants. Saints won. That spin move by Drew Brees, that was nasty and beautiful and everything I wanted to see from Drew Brees. Anyways, the Giants, they lost, and I think the Saints have such a good offense right now, but their defense is just not the defense they were last year. Everyone would always say the Saints have a bad defense. Play anyone against the Saints. If this team's playing the Saints might score high, but they might allow a lot of points too. And that's what it seems like right now. But last year, the Saints were a pretty good defense. But I don't know what happened. They've been allowing quite a bit of points in these first couple weeks. So I think the Saints will win because of their offense. But I think they are going to allow a lot of points too. I think it's going to be close, but I think the Saints will win 30-27. The Chargers and the 49ers. 49ers fans, you lost your quarterback in Jimmy Garoppolo. I am sorry. I can never imagine my team's quarterback being out from such an injury like that. I imagine it's a nightmare, and I hope I never have to experience that. Anyways, the Chargers, they played in the Battle of Los Angeles last week, and they lost, but I think CJ Beathard, I think, is going to be getting the start for the 49ers. And I think with him under quarterback, or under center, I don't think he's going to go out there and beat the Chargers, who have a pretty good defense, and their offense is pretty good too. I think the Chargers will beat the 49ers 24-13. Ravens and Steelers. Like I mentioned earlier, I have not watched the Buccaneers-Steelers game because it hasn't happened yet. It's happening in like an hour and 30 minutes. But I have a lot of stuff to do, so I have to get this out of the way right now and get it done for you guys. Steelers, you've been up and down too. It's just, when Ben's on the road, he is not the same Ben. He does not play the same. They've had tons of team issues with Le'Veon Bell being a bit of a diva and wanting the money that he thinks he should get, which I think he deserves too. But when you're trying to pay Le'Veon Bell, Antonio Brown, Ben Roethlisberger, just those three alone, you gotta, come on, take one for the team and imagine the team you could be instead of the money you're making, Le'Veon Bell. Anyways, I think since the Steelers are at home, this is a huge point for them. Since they're at home, that is the only reason I think they're going to win this game. The Ravens have been pretty good to start the year, but I think the Steelers are going to edge them out by one score, 30-23. All right, Chiefs and Broncos. Patrick Mahomes is on another planet to start the season. My goodness, this guy, it seems like he just can't do bad. Have they also scored 30 in every week this season? I wouldn't be shocked if they have. Patrick Mahomes, my goodness. And if it's not him, you have Kareem Hunt. And if it's not him, you have Tyreek Hill. So this team, they have so much talent. It really amazes me that the Broncos have been the team they have been so far, but I think you're gonna lose to the Chiefs. The Chiefs are just so good with their offense right now. I know their defense keeps giving up a lot of points, okay? I know they're not the best defense on the planet. I know I said that last week. I said they were a pretty good defense, I think, but I'm used to a couple years ago when the Chiefs were a good defense. It just hasn't clicked to me that they are a defense that gives up points. But I'm realizing that now, okay? You guys can calm down. It's all right. Eventually, it'll click for me. But their offense, I have no doubt that they are a very good offense. Patrick Mahomes, like I said, he sucked the life or youth or talent out of Deshaun Watson, and now he's having the Deshaun Watson year right now. I think that the Chiefs will beat the Broncos 27-20. All right, everybody, thank you for watching Kleschka Picks Week 5. If you liked the video, give it a like, and if you have not subscribed yet, what are you doing? Hit that subscribe button. I will see you in Week 5.